third live stream here at BHuman AI. And today we're going to be executing another use case of ours for our own company, actually. So one of the problems we've been having, small difficulties, is on the enterprise side of our business, right? So when we work with larger companies to do custom campaigns for them. So in this case, what's happening is that we're getting a lot of meetings booked to talk about enterprise, but some of them are unqualified for our enterprise practice, right? They're smaller companies who are better for the do-it-yourself, SaaS remote platform. So what we want to do is basically filter those out and send a video message beforehand to people who book a call who aren't qualified to say, hey, thank you so much for booking a call. However, I think that you'd probably be best for our do-it-yourself platform. So that's what we'll go ahead and implement today. And we'll do this actually for Michael Aiulo, our head of sales. So let's jump on in. I'm going to open your comments here. Hey. All right. Hey, Hilton, and hey, Mariana. Nice to see you both. I think we have quite a bit of people joining today, so it'll be interesting. All right. So let's get this set up. Let me open up the platform and we'll get this going. All right, so here we are in the BHuman platform. We're logged into Michael's account because we'll be implementing his video today. So he already filmed his video for us. So we're going to go to use templates. And here we have my uploads. And let's take a look at this video.
Hi, my name is Michael Aiulo, and we have an appointment set up tomorrow for an enterprise discussion on BHuman. However, looking at use case, I see that your questions are really more general how-to questions and that you don't have a budget for the project at this point. So that actually would be more appropriate to take a look at our how-to webinar. It's about an hour-long video that I'll link in this email. And what I would also suggest is checking out some of our small business packages, which I'll also link in this email. So you can check them out. And it's a great place to learn about how to use BHuman and how to start. And you'll see that our support team is online, ready to help you when.
Okay, so I think you guys get the idea. So let's go ahead and use this. And while it's doing transcription, wow, that was fast. Mariana said that we were actually feeding a newsletter from Matt. Oh no, I didn't see it, Mariana. So which Matt and which newsletter? Definitely let us know. And I'll send him a thank you note. Cool. All right, so next step, as we all know, right? Let's go ahead and select our variable. So in this case, the only variable we have is name. For the next live stream, I think we'll do a multi-variable video just to change it up a bit. So I'll just call this first name. Easy, simple. I'm also going to go and I'm going to rename the name of the video project. And I'll say Calendly. Okay. Feature tools. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. I did. I filled out a form on his site, and that's awesome. I'll definitely reach out to him. Thank you for the tip. Okay, cool. So we have the variable selected. Oh, almost forgot. We got to select the actor. So let's see which one Michael is using here. Home office AirPods. Okay. So you'll notice he has like one actor for his home office, one actor for the the BHuman office. He has another one just called Michael. That's because basically depending on where you are, you might have multiple voice clones. So in this room, a little bit of an echo. So when I record videos here, I have to use a voice clone that I've done in this room versus a video at the office or what have you. So got the actor selected, have the variable selected, good to go. Let's hit next. All right, now next step is connecting it to Zapier. So let's go ahead and hit connect your source. And we're using Zapier because we want this to be automated, right? So the idea here is that every time there's a new Calendly booking on Michael's calendar, and where the budget is, where based on some information we see that okay, they're probably not qualified for enterprise. Let's make this video and send it to them and have that happen. So we want to connect this app to Calendly. Okay, and then let's hit create your own workflow. And then I'll go to Zapier. Yeah, Mariana, if you have any other recommendations, it seems like you have the magic touch for getting us features. So definitely let me know. But that's great. All right, so let's start with Calendly. That's a trigger here. So the event is that when there's an invitee created, so triggers when invitees schedule an event. Yep. So let's continue. I've already connected Michael's account. Let's see. I have to reconnect it. Okay, just give me a sec while I connect his account. Okay, yeah, I'll shoot you a note for sure. And while I do this and connect his account, if you guys have any questions at all on anything, definitely let me know. All right, so just a minute here, almost done doing the connection. Okay, so got the account connected, and we're going to test the trigger. Okay, so here we can see a recent booking. And yeah, you can see they answered all the questions. So what we're going to be looking at is, do you have a budget for your project? The answer here would be no. And that's what we want to basically base this off of. And Hilton asks, is there an estimated time frame for the videos to render, like 1 minute for every 10 megabytes? So currently right now, I would say the average, let's say a 1 minute video takes around 2 minutes to render, but it actually scales really quickly. So what happens is, one video will take 2 minutes. You would think, oh, well, if I have 1,000 videos, it'll take 2,000 minutes. No, it actually scales. So I would say 1,000 videos maybe takes about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. It depends on a couple factors, like the size of your video, as you mentioned, but it scales very quickly. So we're working on making that faster. We have some things in the roadmap we're working on to make it maybe like a minute. So cut that time in half, but for now it's about 2 minutes, maybe 2.5. All right, so coming back here, the next thing is, okay, well, we have the events in Calendly, so let's now use BHuman. Let's trigger BHuman. So I'm going to choose an event, and it's going to be to create a new video. And then coming back to BHuman, we name this Calendly booking video. I'm going to actually call this unqualified, because we're actually going to have two videos, one for qualified, one for unqualified. So this one will be, so just, okay. So now I'm going to go back into Zapier, and I need to connect this account. So I'll show you how to do this. So come into BHuman, hit this to go to settings. And then we're going to go to Zapier and probably shouldn't show this on camera, but we'll change this after. But here's this client ID and secret. So now I'm going to go back to Zapier and put the client ID in there and the client secret. Okay. So go back into Zapier, the account is connected. So let's hit continue. And now we're going to select which video project to use. So we call this unqualified Calendly booking video. Cool. So now we have the map of the first name. So basically we're saying, all right, in Calendly, all right, the trigger was, let's see, what's the first name of, okay, first name Colleen, cool. So in BHuman, we're going to do first name right here, invitee first name Colleen. Perfect. So continue and then test action. And then let's see. So Mariana asked, any other platforms other than Zapier, can I upload Google Sheets directly? So we have Zapier right now. We're working on Pabbly Connect, and then after that, we're going to do make.com. We're also going to give public API access. You can just get API keys and use them however you want. In terms of Google Sheets, I imagine you're thinking something like where every time you update a row in Google Sheets, it'll generate a video, right? I mean, you could, of course, right now, like have Google Sheets and then download the Google Sheets, then upload that file of your data into BHuman. You could do that right now. In terms of like having it automated, so whenever there's a new row in Google Sheets, you generate a video. I'm not sure how that would work. I mean, definitely you could do that through Zapier. I don't think there's a way to do that directly from BHuman to Google Sheets natively. So you'd have to do it through like Zapier or make.com or build an API somehow. And then Francesca said, hey, I got a few times that the video failed. What could be the reason for this? I would say 99% of the time, Francesca, it's because you don't have an actor selected that has a voice clone. So this is kind of confusing, and we're updating the UI, so this is much more intuitive. But let me show you what I mean. So let me go back to BHuman. Okay. So if I hit clone myself, I have 3 actors here. Let's say I want to make a new one. So I can make a new actor, right? And the reason that maybe I want to do that is because I have another environment, or I have somebody else on my team that I want to, clone their voice and use them in videos. Now, if I just go back and, maybe I clone myself and I use this actor instead of, then I'm going to get failed because voice trained, right? So it says trained actor with 0 out of 5 phrases of data. So I'd have to come in here and continue training and read the 25 phrases to train my voice. But if I go back page, let me just use video, and you see up here, if I was to select test, which is the actor that we don't have voice cloned, and with that, then I would get the failed error because there's no voice clone to generate that with. So hope that makes sense. I assume that's your issue, but what I would recommend is send a message on our live chat right down here on the right. We usually respond. Our goal is to respond within under 5 minutes, and we usually always do that. And we can look at your account. Somebody will look at your account and see what's going on. But most likely that's what you're facing. Okay, so let's go back to Zapier. And then Hilton says, I need to consider the time delay if this chatbot. I'm going to experiment with when to deliver the video so it's ready. Yeah, that's a good point. Regarding the chatbot, if you have this implemented in the chatbot use case, what I would recommend is basically collect all the info first and be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna forward this to one of our agents, and they're gonna look at it and get back to you within the next 15 minutes, let's say. And then the idea is that whoever's on the chatbot, it could just be another bot, right? Is then taking that information. The story we're telling is that then they're giving it to a real person. That real person is then filming the video and then sending that to the customer. In reality, it's the chatbot that's telling BHuman, I need a video, blah, blah, blah variables. And then that goes to the customer. And you might even want to add a delay. A lot of times customers will add an intentional delay. So it'd be like, all right, even though I can have a video in 2 minutes, I want to wait 10 more minutes because I want the person to feel like somebody actually looked into this, right? No one would expect that you can get a video with a solution in 2 minutes, right? So, it's based on how you tell the story. All right, cool. So back into Zapier, and we get our placeholder values here. This is normal, right? We're just going to get generating. We're not going to get the actual links yet because, again, it takes time, but Zapier needs something instant. So that's why we're just putting generating in here as placeholder value so we can in the Zapier flow. So the next step is to add a step, and we're going to send this out over Gmail. Okay, and the event is going to be send an email. What might be interesting is let's see if we get the phone number, because what I could do, I won't do it now, but what would be interesting to do, I don't think we get the phone number. If we did get the phone number, this would be really nice in a text message to send out. maybe we'll look into that afterwards. But let's connect Michael's Gmail account here. Okay, and now we're going to set up action. For the test, I'm just going to put my email, right, until we make sure everything's working well. So I'll put Dawn, BHuman.ai, who we send the email to. In production, we'd send it to the person from Calendly. And so let's say from, and we're going to choose Michael's email here. From is Michael Iulo. We'll leave that blank because it's just going to be replying to Michael's email. The subject is maybe a video about our upcoming. My thoughts about our upcoming meeting. Okay. Now, this is really important. Make sure you put the body type to HTML because we're going to be embedding the video in the email. So we need to use HTML to do the embedding. And for that, there's a super little snippet of HTML code I need to copy and paste in here. We'll provide to you. So let's go to our help center. Here we are. We have, I think, probably nearly 100 articles in here, like how-to articles. We have so many articles about like how to do everything step by step for your use case, everything from hotels to politics to auto dealerships. So this is a really nice, you guys can all utilize. In the meantime, I'll be looking for that HTML embed. So let's go to sending those, and then I'm going to say how to send a video over email Zapier. Let's do that. And here's our HTML. So I'm just going to copy and then go back into Zapier and paste it into the body. Okay, so this is just some sample, right, code that we'll alter and customize. So it starts with and then first name. So I'm going to give first name. I'm going to find the first name from the Calendly. So, hey, Colleen, thanks for booking a meeting with me. Wanted to reach out with an impromptu message and give some thoughts about the best path forward through the human experience. I'm sure Michael is cringing right now, saying, no, we need different messaging, but this example, right? Good enough. We can always change this after. Now we have, this is where the magic happens, right? This is the video URL and thumbnail. This is where we actually embed. What's happening is we generate the video, then we thumbnail. So, basically think of like a screenshot of the video. We put that as an image in the email, and then we make that a link to watch the video on Vimeo. So let's replace video _ URL. I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to find that in BHuman, video URL. And then thumbnail, I'm going to replace it with thumbnail. And there's one more video URL, I'm going to replace with video URL. Okay. And then we'll say best regards, and then we'll say Michael. Okay. And Hilton asks, is there an option to send audio only? Could be good for SMS or Messenger at least. Great question. We don't have that right now. We've been focused on video, but obviously, we've built our own voice cloning solution in order to do our video. So we have thought about just opening that up as a tool if people want to use it, right? As like a product within the BHuman platform, where you can basically just type in text and get back an audio of you talking, right? That we've cloned your voice with. So more than likely we will add that, let's say over the next, 3 to 4 weeks-ish, somewhere in there. It's not on the top of our priorities, but it's something that we can really easily, put on the platform for you. We already have the technology there. So we don't have it today, but I would say it's coming up. Okay. Cool. So now let's go ahead and, so it looks good to me. Let's do it. So let's hit continue and test action. And now I'll go to my email and we'll check out the email that comes to us. Oh, and one other thing I forgot is we want to make a rule, sends this video if they say they don't have a budget. So let me scroll up first. I want to add a step between Calendly and BHuman, and this is going to be a filter. So we can filter out what continues here. So only if works if we can do this. And all these use cases that we do on these webinars are all live, right? We don't do anything, right? Because we want it to mirror the experience of a user as much as possible, right? So I'm kind of figuring all this out as we go here, as we do these kinds of integrations. So let's see, I think this is it. Question 3, question and response is 3. So let's see, I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna see which question it was that asked about the budget. 3, do you have a budget for your project? Okay. So only continue if it contains no. Continue. Okay, so in this case, it says it would not have continued because they said they did have a budget. Let's see. Do you have a budget for your project? No. So it should have continued. Check this out. Only continue if the text contains no. Try the text exactly matches. Says it would not have continued. I don't know why. Oh, because this is the Okay, so it's saying that Calendly is saying the question is, do you have a budget for? But it's not showing the answer yet. Let's try to find the answer. It's probably a different field. Here we go. Question 3, response. Yeah, so if it matches no, so in this case we want it to continue. Let's see. Okay, would have continued. Cool. Do we have a public roadmap? I have a full public roadmap, but what I can do, Hilton, we have like a limited sort of semi-private, semi-public one that I can share it for, more invested users to get their feedback on it. Because we have some kind of like, let's call it secret weapons coming up that have been in our R&D for a while, but I can definitely share like, AR API access, linked automation. Like we have a lot of features that we've talked about, so I can share those with you for sure. I'll make a note to send that over to you after the webinar. So, okay, cool. So we have the rule. This all looks good to me. Let's go ahead and check out the email that came into us. And here it is. And as I did, right, we don't have the video yet or the thumbnail, and that's because it didn't generate. It just gives us a placeholder. So this is all expected. Let's copy. So, hey, first name, thanks for booking a meeting with me. I wanted to reach out with an impromptu video message to give some thoughts about the best path forward for your BHuman experience. Okay, good enough. Now, of course, we can always polish this up and add more, but for the sake of this live stream, good enough. So let's come back and now let's go ahead and publish it. All right, and just give the Zap a name. Okay. I'll hit publish. Cool. All right, now let's go and actually book a call with Michael. And I'll put that I don't have a budget. So now we're going to actually test it. Oh, actually, one thing. I need to come here and I need to edit it so that it goes to the email from Calendly. Because now we're doing our real test. Publish. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to pull up Michael's calendar and we're going to try to schedule a call. Okay, so we're in here. I'll just say call for tomorrow. Anytime works. I'll put in my details here. And I'll say I do not have a budget for the project. And schedule the event. Okay, now let's go back to Zapier. Let's go to the history of the Zap. We can see it execute in real time. Here it is. Okay. Yeah. So we see found one new invitee in Calendly, and should have my information. Yeah, Don Bosco. And do I have a budget? No. So we see the next thing. Did it pass the filter of having a budget? It did pass because there's no budget. And now we're actually generating the video with BHuman. So now it's waiting for that. So this will probably take about 2 minutes, give or take. So in the meantime, any other questions from you guys? And if not, I'll discuss the roadmap a bit while we have the time. Okay, so while waiting for any questions or waiting for the video to generate, I'll talk about the roadmap a little bit. So I'll just kind of go through this, but if you have any questions about a specific thing, just let me know. So first and last, we have a LinkedIn automation tool. So you can automate LinkedIn campaigns, meaning like you can put in a list of people and send messages to them all within the BHuman platform. More importantly, send them personalized video. So the way it works is you do a search on LinkedIn. Let's say you want to reach out to CMOs in the United States at companies over 200 people, right? And then you put that search URL into BHuman. We would then start to scrape that list for you and then make personalized videos for all those people and then send them out for you, all automated, taken care of. So that basically we automate the whole process. We automate finding the data, making the videos, and sending them out. All you have to worry about is responding to the leads that come in to you. We just pushed this out the other day, a new update to our voice cloning module, our AI there. So voice cloning now sounds more human. If you guys have noticed over the past day or two, that's improved quite a bit. Brian asked for a demo for the send it form feature texting. Yep, you've got it, Brian. So let me go back into BHuman. Let's just do a quick test here. So I'll just use this template, and we're going to do a quick send it for me demo for Brian. So this is pretty simple. The first, we have to go into settings and go to phone numbers. And now we actually can't send out a video and a text directly from your phone. So what we do is we buy a number for you. And actually, we don't even charge for this. We probably should, but we're spending money to buy a number for you. And then you're telling us your number. And every time that you get a new reply, so we're sending from the number that we buy for you. Every time that you get a new reply or a call to that number we just bought for you, we're forwarding that to your real number. So then you can then reply directly to your leads. So let's go ahead. We're going to select the country. You notice that there's probably let's say 30 countries-ish that we do support. The US, of course, being one of them. If I can find it, there we go, United States. Now select an area code. This could be literally any area code in the US. I'll do 917. And now I'm going to enter my number. So number. Okay, there we have it. So we have this new number, 917-979-8926. That is going to forward to my personal number. Now, if we go in here and we hit blank spreadsheet, then we have to have another column now called phone. And it has to be spelled. And then from there, we put in the numbers we want to send to, and we have to include the country code. So for example, like a random number, 1917, and then everything else. Or if it was like Italy, like 39380, blah, 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 right? So put the country code in there. Just for this example, I'll do, send this, I'll just generate this video for the example for Brian. Once the videos are generated, then we can use the send it form feature. So I'll come back to this in a second. We'll go back to Zapier right now. Of course, right, you could do this for 1,000 videos or however much as you want. I'm just doing it for a test for you. So let's go back into Zapier and let's refresh this page. Okay, so it looks like it all sent out successfully. BHuman generated the video and it sent to my email. So let me hop into my email and See if we can find it. Perfect. Here it is. So my thoughts about our upcoming meeting. Hey, Don, blah, 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 blah. Here's the video. So now let's click it and let's check it out. Okay, my still uploading to Vimeo, I see, so I'll just give it a minute. We can actually play it. Okay.
Hi, Don. My name is Michael Hullo, and we have an appointment set up tomorrow for an enterprise discussion on BHuman. However, looking at use case, I see that your questions are really more general how-to questions, and that you don't have a budget for the project at this point. So that actually would be more appropriate to take a look at our how-to webinar. It's about.
Yeah, cool. So you notice at the beginning, we did get a little error. I'll play it again from the start.
Hi, my name is Michael.
So the voice was great. The lip sync was great. We did get one error, which is that instead of just saying hi, Don, it said, and basically the reason it did that is because the AI looked at our script and it saw the next word and it got confused. It thought it was one phrase. So to correct this, all I'd have to do, I'm going back to the platform, and I would open up the live chat, the message, and I would say, in this case, I want to see a bug report. Okay, now I can describe what happened. So I'll say, let me get the video. So instead of saying, it said, hi, Don, my. So in this case, we would just make a quick fix on our end. It would take, 5-10 minutes to take care of for you. I'm happy that actually this happened on the live stream, so you guys, get a taste of, how BHuman. We put a lot of emphasis on supporting you because, at the end of the day, this is AI, right? And everything is being guessed and generated and done on the fly. And so, it does require a little of experimentation and, working through things to get it just right. So, so that's how I would take care of that, right? The team would come back and say, all right, no problem. Well, we just fixed it for you. Let's try another generated video, make sure all works, and then we have our flow set up. So every time now that there's a new video generated, new booking from Calendly, we generate a video only if there's no budget for that booking. And then we say, hey, Michael says, hey, thanks for booking a time with me, but I think it'd be better for the do-it-yourself platform. So now let's go back to Brian's use case, which was let's see, which tab am I sharing here? Okay. Yeah, so let's go back to Brian's use case, which is the send it for me, which we wanted for testing. Okay, so we have our video generated. In fact, let's see if it does the same thing. I'm curious if it also says, hey, Kim, my. Let's check this out.
Hi, Kim. My name is Michael Hullo.
Same thing. So at this point, I would text the team and then sort this out within a couple minutes, and you can continue on. So let's go back to here, and I'll show you how to actually send it out. We see this tab up here. Congrats, your videos have generated. Now, a couple of options. We can either download a CSV file or use send it for me. So let's use send it for me. And then two options, either send via email, send via text, and it's not live yet, but eventually send via LinkedIn Messenger. So send it via text for Brian, and I'm going to choose what number I want to send it from. I'll use a 917 number that I just made. And now I'm going to create some sort of body for the text. Hi, and then, first name. I could put in whatever I want. Thanks for booking time with me. Put some thoughts to a video message for you. Okay, at this point, I could send a test. What we'll do is it'll take the first row of my data and then send that to the number I put in here, in the same way it would go to the actual recipient. I'll put in my number and we'll send a test SMS. And let's see if it comes in. Perfect. Yep, just came. Let me see if I can show you this. Not sure how well you can see this, but there we have the video right there with the link and everything we need to, send it out. So at this point, looks good. I would then send this out to my list, and I can do that by coming back into BHuman and then hitting send all, and that would send all the videos out. Every 5 seconds or so, I can't hear you. Anyone else experiencing that? Do I just cut out for like a second, or am I cutting out for a while? Looks totally pixelish. Mariana, the video itself, or like what looks pixelish to you? Maybe my connection is not so great right now. Probably my connection, I'm gonna guess. Can we edit the video once generated or just create a new one? So Hilton, what I would do, when you say edit, right? Change the variable. I mean, there's a couple of things that could mean, right? But you could do both actually. Like I could come back, like I just generated this video for Kim, right? Now I could go back and then, let me just go back, okay. Now I'm gonna pull up, let's just say I'll pull up one of these and that'll bring me, just a second here. Okay, so I just pulled up a random video here and now it brings me to the transcription. So yeah, we can go back and restart the process, or alternatively, we can go into use templates and we have all of our old uploads here. And I could click one and then create a project from that video. All right. Yeah, so there you have it. So actually right now, this flow is live, but what I would do is wait for the team to update the part where it said my. So hi Kim, my, hi Don, my. Update that just to say hi Don, hi Kim. We take care of that for you within a few minutes, and then from there, everything should be good. So yeah, there you have it. It's a quick walkthrough. Michael, this is for your face, for your email account, for your bookings. So hope you're happy with it. And I'm sure you're going to want to probably edit some copy after. But yeah, so if there are any other questions on anything at all, just let me know. So I'll just give it another minute or two. Thanks a lot, Mariana. Again, we try to make it as real as possible, right? I think during live streams, you might think, okay, I want to plan it out. I want to do everything beforehand, make sure it's all perfect, right? To give the best presentation. But we actually took the rule, okay, let's not do anything before, because the experience you're going to have is not going to be perfect and pre-planned, right? And I think that's, kind of an important part of our platform to understand. It's like, if you use ChatGPT, you know that the first time you use it, you're probably not going to get good results, right? You have to sort of learn how it works and work with the system, right? That's same thing with BHuman or any AI platform, right? You have to work with it, work through it, learn what it likes, right, and give it the right things. So appreciate it. So Hilton will probably have a question here. I'll give him a second. So Mateo Rafa, what other variables can be implemented in these kinds of videos? Basically anything you want. Variables, there's only a couple guidelines you have to follow. Variables should be short and sweet. So it should be something like a first name, maybe like a day of the week, a city, something like that. It could be a phrase, it could be a short phrase, but variables will be within your sentence most likely, right? So for example, hi name, my variable is name, but the full sentence is hi name. I could say something like, I see you're in city, right? And that'll get replaced with, I see you're in New York, I see you're in London. And then for my industry specific, right? If for my specific industry, I should say, I could say something like, for example, maybe the number of employees, right? I see you've got 50 people working for you. So you can get as creative as you'd like. You can even mention like your own products. Let's say you're an e-commerce store and you're selling shoes. You have 25 different models on your site. Those could be your variables as well. So it's really up to you and your creativity. So Mariana, all these recordings, all these live streams get uploaded both to YouTube and to LinkedIn. So they'll be here forever for you. And yeah, Hilton, I'll look into why the resolution wasn't so great for this stream. Might be my internet, maybe something else. So I'll definitely check that out for the next one. So see if there are any other questions. Mariana asks, when are you planning to move further with other languages? Great question. So to be totally, transparent, our English voice coding right now is good, but it can be better. And so we're focusing on that since, I would say probably 85% at least of our users are using this in English. So we're focusing on perfecting that model first before going on to other languages. But I would say that, us perfecting our English model also means that our other languages models will also be really, really good because the same AI models that we're using for English, we can apply to other languages. So after English, we'll do, I think French, German, and Spanish will be the first three priorities that we'll do. Then we'll kind of go from there. I would say, just to give a rough timeline, I would say maybe the next 2-ish months, we may start to add in other languages, but I can't give you anything firm on that since, we're still researching a lot of this. All right. Well, appreciate it. Yeah, and for some reason, I don't know why, we've gotten so many German users. I have no idea why or how they found us because we don't make any content in German. We have quite a few German users. A lot of people have asked for German, for French, some Spanish. So those will definitely be the first ones that we do. All right. Cool. Well, I think we'll probably call it if there are no other questions. So there you have it, our third live stream this time. Again, implementing a use case that we ourselves need and would use and would leverage. So thanks everyone for joining us. And I'm happy you saw that. Even we ran into a snag here, right? In this case, use the live chat. They would fix it for us, and we can continue on our path. And that's just how AI is, right? Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Mariana. Mariana said she mentioned us in the Netherlands, in Dutch. Excellent. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Cool. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. And again, as always, use the live chat for anything you need at all. We are always here for you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Take care.